I may be new to making content on TikTok, but I've been making content on, YouTube for a long time. I started about 20 years ago, almost this point, which is crazy to even say. I'm a personal trainer, and my first video was about 2007, 2008. I made some content for personal training. Then I got back on again, probably about 10 years later, and I made content dating advice for men. Some of the most fun times of my life, getting out there, putting out content for men to help them with dating advice, because I feel what happens a lot of times is that men are sent out into the wilderness without any type of instructions how to get back home. And that's how the dating market is for men. So I felt bad for men. So I wanted to put up this content to be able to ease their pain and give them a roadmap on how to get back home and how to, then heal the family structure. Because in the Black community, the number one issue in the Black home with our community is that of fatherlessness. We have a lot of fatherlessness in our homes. And you know that there's a pipeline from the home to the prison system. And 80% of the people in prison come from fatherless homes. So that broke my heart. And I wanted to be part of the solution. Afterwards, I got on, I was getting flagged, and my own people, my own women were flagging me and, hating on my channel. And it really annoyed me and it really hurt my heart. But I had to take some inventory of myself and reflection upon myself and realize that even though my message was good, it was coming from an angry place. Because I was angry about it, because I was frustrated about it. And the good thing about that is two things. One, if you want to, check my evolution, you can go on my YouTube channel and check that out and see the difference in the tone that I had today as opposed to the tone that I have, 6-7 years ago. But what I was going to say that in order for you to have a higher elevated perspective, you had to have went through your lower self and then went through a lower perspective and interacted with people in their lower selves to be able to transcend and have a higher perspective and be in your higher self and therefore connect with other people's higher selves. So I say what to say is that I had to go through that journey. And the reason why I leave those videos up is because I want you and anyone watching to be able to also see my maturation and my progression and the fact that you can still be in two planes of existence at the same time. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So that means that you have to be able to experience human emotions, high and low, in order to be able to have spiritual experiences and emotions and to fully understand in a panoramic 360 view, if that makes sense. So I wanted to leave those up and I wanted you to actually check those out so you can see what it looks like and what it feels like. The reason why I defaulted to talking through my higher self on these videos is because, again, I want to attract those things. And once you get to a certain level of understanding, you understand and you understand that this reality is fake. This is a simulation. But even though we are spiritual beings having a human experience, part of the experience is being a human, which is dealing with worldly things and thinking about worldly issues and things that have no bearing on the grand scheme of life. But at the same time, your experience now affects your experience later when you move on and transcend past this simulation. But in the end of the day, it's inevitable, because where you're supposed to end up, you will inevitably end up regardless of what choices you make, because if you make the wrong choices, you have to repeat it over and over and over again. But at this current iteration of existence, I don't want to have to come back again. I want to be able to transcend and get it right this time, so I can go on to whatever's the next plane of existence. And I'm going to end this video because I'm running out of time, but just figure I'd share with y'all.